Hello everyone. Up here. Give everyone a minute to come in. I started a couple minutes early. I never know with technology it's going to work, but we're starting with the right orientation, so we are good. Hi Moira. JD, what should I call you so I don't just say your username if you'd like me to call you something in particular. Welcome to day 2 of 30 days of sketches, series 11. I'm gonna try and get this pulled up. Dun, dun, dun. Perfect. So today we are going to go over some of the sketches. Okay, Christy, let's talk correctly. Some of the layouts that have been done with this sketch already. We are going to do that at the beginning. And then if you want to hang around, I will build a quick page kit for this particular sketch. If not, that's fine. I will see you back here tomorrow. I will have a video up tomorrow. My little guy will be home, just letting you know. And then I'll take the weekend off, and on Monday we'll see how we want to proceed because we'll be 3 days behind in sketches. But it's gonna be fun, and I don't have any kids home today, so there should be no interruptions for a little bit. Italy! Nellie, you're really far away. Welcome, thanks for joining. And Moira is working on her sketch for this layout right now. It's awesome. And it's Darla. Thank you, Darla. I'd like to call you your actual name. All right, let's just get going, guys. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee before it gets too cold. I was in the process of watching the Alec Murdaugh trial. If I'm sure you know about it, especially if you're in the States. But I'm hooked on it, and I've been watching it through a lawyer. She was a prosecutor. Her name's Emily D. Baker, and so she does commentary while the trial is going on to kind of help me follow along, and I've been loving it. And it's closing arguments today from the defense team, and so I've been glued to that, and I looked at my clock and I was like, I need to do my video. So thankfully, I'm on time. All right, let's get going. Today's sketch is from Nicole Santos, who is adorable. She is the nicest lady. And I love this sketch. It's bright. It's just gives you all those vibes. There's stars. It's so much fun. It's rainbow. Right? It just has all the things. And I love it. So this is the sketch that we are working with for day 2. Again, the links will be down below for Nicole's YouTube, as well as the link to the Facebook group, and then there is a link for the PDF because that has been requested. So so you can download and look at all the sketches. That is in the description below. Plus, everyone that is kind of playing along on Instagram here and there, and we'll scroll over to Instagram in a minute so we can see if there's any layouts there to check out that we can't see in the comments. So let me just double check comments quickly before we move on. Hi Eve. Okay, let's get it going. So we're gonna start. I'm just gonna go down the list to kind of share what we've got so far. We have Anne, who went with that beautiful rainbow theme, which I love. And then she used one photo with a pocket card type thing to go by it because she only had one photo. I love this idea. Another great way to take advantage of that if you only have one photo would be to use this as a journaling spot. So you have a designated spot for journaling. I don't know about you, but sometimes I struggle with that because I'll make my layout and then be like, and I have nowhere to journal. So that's always a great way if you only have one photo and it's calling for 2, or you have 2 and it's calling for 3. Just make one of those spots an embellishment spot like she's done here, or a journaling spot. I love how she's done it on that black background. Really helps with the pattern papers and making them pop there. Really pretty. Monica, I love this. This is like, It's fun. It's on the white background versus a black, so here's a great perspective of that. And then she's done pattern paper, but in different colors. I love it. I love it. I love it. Has used the stars like that you see in the sketch. And then a really nice big bold title in red, which is the color up there. But because it's so large, it does almost give itself into a visual triangle. You all know how much I love a visual triangle, so I thought that was really great. And this cute picture of a cuddle there, so love that. Jackie's here. If you remember yesterday when I shared, she had done a layout about the same person who's graduating, and I said how I loved how she kept it, you know, adult masculine type thing, celebrating her graduation. Well, she's now used those same pattern papers, same idea, to continue on with the same day, the same story, the same graduation, following a completely different sketch style. I think you'd agree with me saying that yesterday's sketch by Jessie and today's sketch by Nicole are very different from each other. Yet she has found a way to combine them and make them work. She could put those two layouts side by side and it would be cohesive and look really great together. So I really love that, and that was one I had to share today was Jackie's, because I loved how she was able to continue on. We have Christine, who used cute little kitty cats. So black background, cat pattern paper. I'm gonna have to get myself some cat pattern paper now that we have a kitty cat of our own, and then just kind of followed the sketch. You can see she's added, I think it's a cut file, I'm not sure, but if you can see there's that little cat kind of embellishment and then the two little paws. I'm not sure if it's a cut file, if it's a die cut, I don't know, but she's put those in the visual triangle like you can see in the sketch, which I thought was really cute. We have Louise Witt on a different effect, right? This is so soft and pretty, and it's a photo of, I believe it's her dog there. Oh, but it's got these beautiful soft, like I think it's a sunset would be my assumption. So she's tied that in with the color of her background with that blue, but then layered in those soft colors you would see in a sunset as those strips. She's also rotated it, so instead of having the photos to the left like you see in the sketch, she has them to the right, and I just love that. We have this one, and okay, she's flipped it. She completely rotated the sketch, and I have to be honest, I would never have thought to do that because of the way I think about those strips going. My mind never thought to rotate it, and so when I saw this, I just like, genius, I love it. She has photos in a different orientation, and so instead of stacking them in a different way, she just completely rotated the sketch to make it work for her. Lovely bright colors, happy fun photos. Like, how cute, right? We all love our pets, so I just think this is beautiful, and I loved that she was able to rotate that. Just so genius there. We have the lovely Stephanie, who went, and I think she's done some mixed media, or it's a, oh, it could be a punch. So it's got all the same stars there, if you can see that, in the different pattern papers. It looks like mixed media when you look at it from far away, especially this one down here, but I love that. That keeps that nice and cohesive. It looks like it's a bunch of boys hanging out in a pool, slide, having fun. So it's the color of the water, which is great, with a nice white background to help make that all pop. Maybe the stars represent that it was 4th of July or something as well. And then we have Jessica, and Jessica went ahead, and you see how it's, she's kind of, I don't know what you want to say, restrained it maybe a little bit, where there's a much larger gap between the strips. So you can really see that wood grain that already kind of has its own kind of strip pattern to it because it's a wood grain, they're planks. But she's also then gone ahead and instead of using wide strips, she's used really tiny, they look like they could be branding strips, right? So that small little amount. So she's used more, but then pulled it back so that it's not too overpowering. I thought that was really, really smart. And then she's tied it all in with black stars, and her title is in black to give that visual triangle and make it pop, along with the black in her background for her photo mat. So it ties it all in together and doesn't make the layout too overpowering, which it could be, but she's been able to make it all come together. I really love that. This layout in particular, if I already kind of have an idea with what I'm doing, but if I was starting fresh, I'd probably scrap lift Jessica's layout because I like the way she was able to make that work for her. You have Karen, and this is so, I mean, beautiful photos of, you know, scenery, skyline. She's used the cloud paper to mix it all in together. It looks like it's an 8.5 by 11 layout, so I hope that helps if you are not a 12 by 12 scrapbooker or you're trying to find a way to make it work, stretch it out or shrink it, whatever have you. I hope this helps show you that you can make that work and still look really good together. We have JoJo, who went with some Chamel paper. Can never go wrong with Chamel. She has also done that idea where she only has one photo, so she's paired it next to that really cute card with the girl. I'm assuming that this layout is about the glasses. Maybe they're new to her granddaughter, her daughter, whoever that is. So I love that. I kind of get that idea because there's glasses in the ephemera going around, but I think that's great. And then she was able to add in stars in a more subtle way with the silver, but they're also smaller, but it still gives off that vibe that you can see from the original sketch. That's really pretty. Okay. We have a few, oh, we have a few to get through. I might need to go a little faster. Who is this? We've got the lovely Sarah Davis. And so, okay. The subtleness of this. And do you see how it's not just one strip? So my assumption is she's done some mixed media, maybe with a roller or something, and then place pattern paper on top of that. It could also be the way the background pattern paper comes. I don't know. I've been on a spending freeze, so I haven't seen a lot of the new papers. I don't know. But I love that. She's done her journaling on one of the pattern papers, and then she has two photos with one larger and one smaller to still give off the vibe, but make it all work. And then a great way to use those houses that we get in all that ephemera. I just love this. I like the idea of that beautiful layering underneath some mixed media. If you like mixed media, I think that's a great way to go about it. We have Cindy here who just went with, my assumption is this is a pattern paper that she has cut as it was and layered it on top. But what I love is the fact that she hasn't pushed it to the edge. She's left this, it looks like a notes paper, so it's got some ledger on it, and she's used the numbers to help her with her lines on where the strips are going. It's more condensed. The one photo with the title, like I had mentioned, I love that idea, and then the embellishment. That was really cool and a fun way to make it her own, because this is the first layout we've seen that the strips don't fall off the page. Beth has switched the sketch, so her photos are down at the bottom. Beautiful, lovely winter themed colors there, using in those snowflakes, and a fun title up at the corner. She does have a nice kind of diagonal going, even though she's got the stripes. I think that's really fun. Here's Ronnie's, which is bright and bold, really just following the sketch and making it work for her in her beautiful Ronnie style. Jody here has gone and really taken those strips and spread it all the way up the page. No breaks in between the pattern papers, which I think is fun. Again, this is different. It's the first time we've seen that. She's also done some mixed media in her background with some splatters. She's got her two photos at a really fun angle, and then she took on the stars, did the visual triangle, a little note to when it was taken, and her title over on the right hand side. This is really fun. I love those big bold strips and the fact that there's no space. It's a great way to use up some paper. This sketch is an awesome way to use up some of your scraps. It's really a great one for it. Here's one. Now, again, I do not know if this pattern paper is the way it is or if she's gone and done those strips herself. I don't know. But I love this. She's moved her photos into the middle of the layout, really highlighting them, done a visual triangle with her embellishments, and called it good. But it's so impactful, and I love this, and I hope that this really helps show you that You also can move your photos. Like, you don't have to have your photos where you see it in the sketch. You can make it work for you. Mel has gone ahead and flipped it as well, still following the sketch, different photo orientation, following the stars. I think most of us kept in the star theme, so that's something I love to see what that one element we all keep in is. It does tend to be the stars for this one. We have Kristen, who, right, mixed media, layers of blue, beautiful. She does have, again, it's the mixed media with a strip on top of it. However, she's done such a great job at color matching that unless you zoom in, you don't necessarily see that right away. You have to look a little bit closer. I love layouts like that. I always love that extra piece where as scrapbookers, we see it, we notice it, but we have to look hard, whereas other people might not even pay attention. She's gone ahead and used some flair and a nice almost zigzag effect there, and a few word phrases up her layout with some splatters. I love that layout. It's so pretty. Sue here, okay, seriously. If you are someone that likes pattern, and I am a fan of that, this is the perfect layout. Busy background, layered on these beautiful colors, and yet it works, right? It's not too much to me. Like, I know some of you might be like, wow, this is really busy, but to me, I feel like the colors that she's used on top really, really work, and then she's bordered her photos and layered them that it just, and the photos are just adorable. I just feel like it works so well. Her title's right there. She's got that visual triangle. It's bright and bold. I'm assuming a father and daughter relationship there. That is the most precious relationship. So I love that layout, Sue. It's just fabulous. Ta-da! Look at this. Look at all of those strips of pattern paper. This is what I was talking about. Such a great use of scraps and maybe just the end of a collection that you're using. So many different things. Super fun photo there. Some journaling. I'm assuming that is a journaling card that she's then wrote on top of. Used those embellishments for Halloween. Spiderweb background, though it's got the white and black, she's layered all those colors on top of it, and I just love it. I love how you use so many scraps there. Here's MK, who did a completely different take, and this is what I love about sharing these, you guys. One solid background. It's got that green. It looks like some mixed media type background. Not sure that she's done it or that's just the way it came. But then she used a wood grain and just cut it up, is my assumption, and layered it. So it's the same pattern paper, same color. Let the photos, it's photos of wildlife, right? These deer. And she's just let that be. Highlighted it with the embellishments. It's a nature layout. It reads nature. It's still impactful because she's bordered those photos. My eye still goes right to those photos. And it just, I think it works really well. She's got some burlap going on as well. All these little pieces that speak to nature without being wild and crazy. And yet we can obviously still see the sketch. So it's fantastic. All right, let's move on. Here's a fun under the sea one. Pretty much following the sketch exactly. Great use of pattern paper there. Karen, ooh, that one's fun. Okay, so I think this one is using pattern paper, and then over top of it is a transparency that came in this collection. I think this is the Buenos Dias collection. If not, it's the one after that. Cannot remember which collection this is from, but she's layered a piece of that large 12 by 12 plastic on top of it. And I think she's even done it on top of her photo. She has. So how fun is that? This is obviously a fun, happy, possibly a graduation photo. I love that. Nice, bright, colorful. Joyce, look at that with those beautiful strips. She's also boxed it in so it doesn't go all the way to the ends. That's really fun. Look at those big, large embellishments. Super cute photo. That's really pretty. Brianna, she's done that black background. Black, almost, this looks like maybe it could be a New Year's Eve party. So you get that black and gold and celebration look to it. She's followed that really well to fit her theme in those two photos. Crystal has done an, oh, look at this. Okay, 8.5 by 11. She took away half of the page, right? It's like she sliced it in half. Just did the strips on the one side. Super cute photo. It's a baby announcement for someone in her family or a friend or something. And then use some beautiful florals on top of it. That is genius. If you are an 8.5 by 11 scrapper, maybe you're trying to do this into a 6 by 8 album, this would be a great way to utilize that sketch and make it work for you. Traveler's Notebook would be a great way to do that. Here's one all about Georgia. I know we've got some college football fans here, so Georgia colors, Georgia ephemera, football ephemera. I don't follow college football, so I don't know. I'm assuming they won something. So there's that. And finally, we have Rochelle, and she has used a pattern paper that is already got the idea of the rainbow strips, cut it up, layered in her embellishments. That looks like Cocoa Vanilla Studio, if I'm not mistaken. Super cute, one little photo there, title, called it good, and I love it. Okay, that was a lot of talking. Let me catch up on comments here, and then we'll build that kit. Okay, have we got... Oh, Eve, you put the color down with your Tim Holtz ink pad. That's so good to know. Thank you for sharing that. Thankfully, we're good here. Sometimes I think my thing is delayed a bit, but I think we're good. So let's talk about my page kit. Oh, I did say we were going to go over to Instagram. Let me quickly do that, see if there's anything else in Instagram that we missed, because I want to share all these layouts with you. I know you can all do this on your own, but it's fun when we get to look at them together, don't you think? Let's see if there's anything missing. Okay, so that is Crystal's. We saw that one. We saw Stephanie's. We saw that one. We saw Darla's. We saw... Oh, this one. Did we see this one? Don't think so. Look at that. Full-on rainbow on a blue paper. This looks like at a casino, which is fun. That's really fun. So there's another look at that one. And then we saw that one. I think that's all of them. If you're interested and you have Instagram, you can just use the hashtag 30DSCBL11. It will bring you to this so you can see all of the layouts together. They do tend to go by day because that's obviously as we post. But people share as they go, so it's another great resource if maybe you're not into Facebook or whatever have you. It's a great way to go. All right, 2 photos. I'm going to use these photos that are larger than we see in the sketch. I want to pull the sketch back up so we have something to work with. Okay, here we go. So I'm not sure that I'm going to necessarily do the rainbow effect. I'm not sure. But I have these 2 photos. These are from this year. Barrett turned 4 this year, and I just love them. I think that with his shirt being black, colorful cupcake decorations on top of his cupcakes, that this would be a great way to go ahead and work with this. And I'm going to take kind of a nod to what a few of you guys have done, which is probably use a pattern paper that already has some strips in it. I grabbed 3 different collections so we can see which one is going to be the best, and we'll go from there. I have no idea how to make my phone stay on to keep the sketch available to see. Not high tech enough. Let me grab a sip of coffee and we will start working on this. Okay. So what I grabbed was the Kid at Heart collection. I thought it was really colorful and probably would work. Also, like we had yesterday, the Stardust collection, specifically for this piece of paper, so I can cut the strips out. Let's grab my photos. Now, the only thing about that is, I mean, how do I bring in some more? He's 4. This needs to be fun and playful and colorful, and I'm not sure that this is going to be the right option. It was my first option. It was what I first thought about, but I'm just not sure that it is going to be right. So I'd love to know what you guys think. We're gonna go through kind of my ideas, and then I want your vote, and then we'll build it from there. So we have that one, and then let's use some noise for a minute. Okay. My stream on my laptop stopped. Hopefully it didn't stop for you guys. No, I think we're good. I think it's just my laptop. Okay, so the Kit at Heart from Pebbles is nice and bright and bold. It has some ephemera that I can work with it. It also has this happy, which kind of makes me think I probably used it for a birthday layout already. Who knows? But it does give off that lovely, fun vibe that you would want for a, you know, a 4-year-old. It does have this one, which has some smaller scallops and strips to it. Now, would you fussy cut out, you being, I guess, me, fussy cut out these strips and just kind of layer them in maybe sections? Like I'll cut 3, layer them together, and then we can have the strips that way, and then bring in the other pattern papers to go ahead and layer and make work. That would be kind of my option here, because I really want to take advantage of using one of the pattern papers that have kind of already strips involved in it. So there's that idea. Yeah, so both of you kind of agree that that other one is just a little too dark for a 4-year-old. And then we have the collection, which I actually think is the other collection we had already talked about, from someone else who layered in that beautiful piece of plastic, which is how I kind of knew that's what it was from. And it has a birthday vibe to it as well. Maybe not that piece of paper with that photo, but let's see if I can find, here it is. We have this. And again, I can go ahead and fussy cut out. I probably won't use the yellow, a bunch of the yellow. It'd probably be like 1 strip of yellow. We focus more on these greens and darker colors because it fades with the yellow. It doesn't work very well. So this would be my other option. Again, kind of fussy cutting out, having fun, seeing what works, doing some layering. I have quite a few pattern papers for this collection to work with layering. I could potentially go ahead and slice into all these patterns and make them work. Here's another one with the pink. So I could even take advantage and use some other colors besides just the blue. There's a lot of things we could do with this one as well, which we could do with Kit at Heart too. It does have, again, almost a bit of a softer instead of darker, like the first one's a little too dark. I'm wondering if this one might be a little too light. So what do you think? Should we do Kit at Heart or should we do the this collection right here? I'd love to know. And then whatever you guys, the majority is, that's what we will build it off of. I'm not sure I have ephemera to go with this. I will have to go into my birthday container and pull some stuff out with this one because I'm not sure that I have anything. Laura says Kit at Heart. Okay. Thinking that's what we're gonna go with. Kit at Heart. Okay. Let's do Kit at Heart. I'm good with that. I was good with either one. I could make either one work. So let's do Kit at Heart, guys. Perfect. So I'm not gonna fussy cut out on being live, I promise. I won't make you suffer through that. But my plan then will be to fussy cut out these and layer them together. So that will be the first piece. I am thinking I probably should have a bit of this happy maybe as a layer. I might try to cut down these photos just a little. You can see my fingertips there. I don't know if you guys have ever watched me document Barrett's birthdays before, but when he was 2, I believe, we sang happy birthday to him, and instead of blowing out the candles, he took his fingers and he went like that and snubbed them out with his fingers. And he was shocked and surprised and then started crying, and it was a whole thing. But so we're a little leery with him, still afraid he might do that, but he's 4 and he gets how it goes now. I was also worried he would pull it towards him and all the cupcakes would go flying at him, so that's why my fingertips are there. But I do think maybe as a layer that would work really well. So we'll pull that piece in. I think we have enough kind of strips that way, so I'm not going to pull that one in. The blue, I don't know, I think this blue might be a little dark, so I don't think I'm going to do the dark. So we won't use that. I will pull in that ephemera. We have some paper. I think I've already used that Celebrate one. What does this say? So we can all read it together. Get your happy on. That's pretty cute. I don't necessarily need another card because I've got the 2, but maybe if I can layer it in, I will. So let me just cut this. Let me cut this up. If not, I think that this particular card I will slide into Project Life and use it for that, because I don't think I have finished my January Project Life, which I need to get onto because it's now the end of February and I need to print those. Okay, where are we now? Okay, we don't need black. That's way too busy. I want you guys to be able to see these colors here. Okay. Ooh, I don't know, the orange kind of works. I kind of like the orange, especially if you have the white over it first. So it would go like this. And then the orange would be against all the stripes. I like that. I think we'll pull that one. And then it doesn't really need a whole lot more color, I guess, because this is really going to take the majority of the papers. Do we like the orange better than the yellow? Yes, yeah, no. That's not a great choice. The rainbows, it's too much color again. No, I don't think the blue is the right option there. Huh. Let's see here. I'm not sure here. I still think that this one is a brighter and a better option than this stripe. Personally, I think I will keep where we're at, but I didn't even know that stripe was in there. I'm wondering if I should do 2 layers, like one in orange and one in a different color. This blue is an option. The yellow isn't. I want to explain quickly why the yellow isn't. If you see this, our walls are like a weird kind of purpley, I don't even know how to explain it, but we don't have very good light, so the light that is in there almost turns this to a yellow. I also have a lot of wood in my house as decoration, and you go to the wall versus the photo, and that's why I'm kind of staying away from the yellow. And green. The other option would be, I guess, green. I don't know. Do we like the blue or the green better? Scallop is better. Okay, Eve, thank you for saying scallop is better. We're gonna keep with that. Ooh. But would check and then scallops be too much? I like that idea, but I'm afraid that one might be too much. So we'll go back to blue or green. Those are our options. A floral for fussy cutting. I might pull this for fussy cutting. We'll see if I need some floral for my boy. And then I think that puts us to the front here. There's that green versus this green versus blue. Okay, I think I like this green better. So then the question is, do we do, that might be too busy, eh? Ooh, so maybe we need this other green because that's too busy. Green versus blue. Okay, green versus blue. What are we saying? Eve says blue. Should we do blue? I don't find, it's funny because I don't find this one too much, but with the green I found it too much. Got blue. Okay, we're doing blue. Okay, we've done it. We did it. Okay, done. Decisions made. I try not to ponder too much because we could ponder for hours about pad of paper, can't we? It's just in our nature. So, did I grab my other photo? We've got the photos this time. They don't need to be printed like they did yesterday. We will hold on to the ephemera to this. This will get fussy cut, be our main background. This will get fussy cut for the clusters instead of stars, unless I can find some stars that work with this. This one is going to just be that back layer between the photo, and then we'll do one in blue and one in orange. When I go to actually create this layout, and I'll try to do a process video for you guys, we will have some birthday themed ephemera that I keep in a little container. And then I have this just in case you want to fit that in. And you guys, I think we are done for today. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the beginning of it, going through those layouts. Let me know if you are good with how long that part takes and going through every single layout, or would you prefer I just picked out like, I don't know, 6 of them and did 6 of them a day. You let me know. Again, I want to make sure that this is what you want, and I don't want these videos to go too long and take up too much of your guys' time. So you let me know, and I will be back tomorrow. I'll keep it for that same time. That 9:15 time is good because my kids get dropped off. It gives me time to make some coffee. Barrett will be home tomorrow, so hopefully it'll give me some time to settle Barrett down before I get on live. And if I have any technical issues like we did yesterday, it gives me the time to do that. So I will see you guys all again tomorrow. And if you are creating today, I hope you have so much fun. Go check out that Facebook group and get inspired by all the amazing, amazing layouts and creations by everyone in the group. See you all tomorrow. Bye.